is perimenopause? What is menopause? What is postmenopause? Believe me, ladies, I was just as confused as all of you as I got older and started to question what phase I was in. And I'm 53 years old and I've been a nurse for over 25 years. So I was just as confused as all of you because we don't get a lot of training in nursing school about these phases in a female's life. So it's up to me to do all of my own research and to help me traverse through these stages of my life. So first of all, perimenopause is a transitional phase right before menopause. Perimenopause is the slow decline of our female hormones as we get older. Menopause is the sensation of a woman's female cycle, and it is actually one day of your life. And you know as well as I do that we don't know when that's going to happen, because if we did, I'm telling you all, there'd be a party, a celebration, we'd have banquets, and maybe we'd celebrate in a big way, right? But we just don't know when that's going to happen. But menopause is actually one day when you have your last period and you never have one again. So postmenopause is after menopause. Now, a lot of people get confused and they say, oh, great, postmenopause, that must mean she's done. She doesn't have to worry about it anymore. But actually, that is false. And it's complete opposite of what a lot of people are thinking. So postmenopause is when your estradiol and your estrogen are gone, you don't produce any more eggs, and you have a lot of symptoms. So your ovaries are retired, they're not coming back, you can't have any more babies, and that will, some women will suffer from a lot of symptoms. So I'm going to talk about that. So the symptoms can start in perimenopause and then go all the way through beyond postmenopause. And that's why it's so important to understand where you are. And it's so important to understand that you need to get your labs checked to help you discover where you are in this journey in your life. So right now I am postmenopause. I've had my labs drawn. I had them drawn a year ago, and I just had them drawn again, and they both times confirmed that I am postmenopause. It doesn't mean I'm done with my symptoms. Quite the opposite. I have a lot of hot flashes. I have a lot of brain fog. I have decreased libido, and I have trouble sleeping. So all of those symptoms are still going on, and they've been going on for around 4 years. And I finally took the initiative to get my blood work done and to really make the leap into figuring out what I'm going to do next. Now, you may not have any symptoms at all, and you think that you're just flying through these stages in your life, and that could be false. And I'm going to tell you why. Osteoporosis is quiet. Osteoporosis is not knocking at your door saying, excuse me, but you have osteoporosis. You won't know you have osteoporosis until, number one, you get your lab work done, or number two, you break a bone, and we don't want that to happen. So we can actually prevent that. As we get older and as we go through these transitional phases, and as our estrogen drops, we're at risk at cardiovascular disease. And as you all know, high blood pressure is a silent killer. And we don't know we have it until we have a stroke. And we don't want that to happen ever. So it's really important to get your labs checked to understand where you stand during these phases of your life. So you're going to check your cholesterol, your CBC, your liver function tests, your kidney tests, all of your hormones level, and you probably will have to go see a hormone specialist and someone that works outside of the system, of the medical system, because medical doctors get around 6 hours throughout their entire medical training. They only get around 6 hours of training of perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. So unfortunately, your medical doctor, your primary care doctor, is most likely not going to be the person that's going to help you through this phase. Menopause.org is an amazing resource for you This site is for you it's for women like me looking for help, looking for our symptoms to be justified, looking to be heard. There are doctors who took it upon themselves to get certified as a menopause doctor so that they can help women go through this transitional phase. You have a lot of choices during this phase. You can start to go on hormone replacement therapy. That can be estrogen, that can be progesterone, that can be testosterone. But that's important for you, first of all, to get your labs checked and to discuss with your doctor. So I went to a regular OBGYN a year ago. He did not help me at all. He just told me, basically, I'm in postmenopause. There's nothing you can do about it. Go home and bear it. So I knew that wasn't the right doctor for me. So I did some more research. I found a doctor. I had a virtual appointment with him. We just had my labs drawn, and indeed, it shows that I am postmenopausal. So now I'm going to sit down with him next week to figure out what my next steps are, because I definitely want to do something. The most thing that concerns me is my brain fog, because I am very forgetful. There are days where I'm playing charades with my husband to come out to figure out what word I'm thinking about, and I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to live like a healthy person, or even healthier than I am and even healthier than I was in my 20s. So let's talk about lifestyle, because I am 53 years old, and as you can see, I still have six-pack abs, so you know that it's possible. And as you can see by looking at my muscles, that I strength train. So when I did my labs, I do not have osteoporosis, and I'm really happy and proud of myself that I've taken the initiative to strength train 5 days a week for most of my adult life. And that's what sets me apart from most ladies who don't strength train. So I am a coach for ladies over the age of 40 to help them build muscle and get strong during this phase of their life. Because the outliers are the ones that take the initiative, to take the accountability to change their life and to change their lifestyle. Lifestyle changes are going to be one of the most important things that you can do to help yourself during this phase of your life. So you need to strength train 5 days a week, or if you're new, a minimum of 3 days a week. And you need to work out so that you're building muscle, which means you need to lift heavier weights, and that could be a 5-pound dumbbell curl for somebody. That could be a 25-pound dumbbell curl for somebody. It really is independent of each person and where they are on their fitness journey. And if you need help, I work with all ladies over the age of 40 to help them get strong and build muscle during this phase of your life. And I will have you send me your workout video, so I want to make sure the intensity is perfect, that you're working out to build muscle, and that you're getting strong and preventing osteoporosis from happening during this phase in your life. Number 2, diet and nutrition is going to be imperative for you to eat whole, healthy foods. Now, hormones are affected by processed food, and you know how toxic the food environment is at this time, and unfortunately we have to work harder to stay healthier during this phase in our life. So meal prepping is important. I grow my own sprouts because they are extremely nutrient dense. I will add them to my smoothies, I'll add them to my salads. So those are all ways that you can bring in more health into your life. Number 3, stress relief. Stress relief is imperative. So I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't like to hear. You got to get rid of the toxic people in your life, even if it's close friends, families, clients, people you work with, co-workers. They all got to go. If they're adding toxic feelings to you, if they're being toxic in your life, we are at the age where we just can't put up with it anymore. It's going to affect our stress levels, our cortisol levels. They got to go. All right, number 4 is sleep. You got to get enough sleep, ladies. When we're having hot flushes, when we're not sleeping well, it's imperative to find what works for you. Go to bed at a decent hour, don't be up all night, and wake up at a decent hour. Maybe you need a routine at night, maybe you need to listen to some calming music, maybe you need to have a cup of relaxing tea, maybe you need to just close the doors and close the lights and don't let anyone bother you. Whatever it is that you need to do to get that adequate night of sleep so that you can wake up refreshed and feel amazing. Now, when it comes to strength training, how I've changed the way that I do my strength training is I find that I'm really tired during my workouts, especially when I'm pushing myself harder. I just don't have that oomph and that energy that I used to have in my 20s or 30s or maybe even 40s. So what I do is incorporate more rest in between sets. For example, if I'm going to be squatting a heavy set, I'm going to rest for 2 to 3 minutes, or it's an intuitive feeling that I have that, okay, I'm not as tired as I was when I got off of my set. I'm going to just wait and feel when my body is ready, and then I'm going to get into my next squat again. All right, so this is very important information. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and like and comment, because I'm going to be talking a lot more about how to stay fit and strong during perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, and I'm going to bring more up-to-date information on all these transitional phases during your life, because we as women, we need to learn about what these phases mean in our life so that we can adequately help each other and help ourselves live a healthy, amazing, fit, and strong life. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, follow me for more fit and health tips, and just get strong.